Hi, in this video we are going to see about the type of test cases that are provided in the portal and also the responses that will be given when you are going to solve the problems. The first type of response that you may get is the error raised by the compiler or the interpreter. The compiler and the interpreter that is used for processing your code is same as that is being used in a normal laptop or in a normal system, and this compiler and interpreter will help you to know what is the syntactical and the semantical error, and the logical error can be identified by matching with the test cases. Okay. So, whatever error is given by this compiler or the interpreter will be directly displayed on the screen. So, let me show in vPrepl. This is just a student login. I will choose the language as Python and try to do some mistakes. Okay. If I am going to say, like, instead of int I am just saying in. Okay. And I am trying to execute the code. So, you will see that there is a error. This is the error raised by the interpreter. Actually, Python is an interpreted code. So, you can see that it is showing you that this is not correct. Okay, you can go there and find out the mistake and correct it, right. So, the compiler and the interpreter, whatever errors they are giving based on the syntax and the semantical check, that will be displayed on the portal below the code editor. Another one thing is non-ASCII characters are not allowed in vPrepl. When you will get this, not by vPrepl but by any compiler, right. When you will get this non-ASCII characters is when you are trying to copy the code from internet or from rich text editors like Microsoft Word document, then you will get these characters. Only ASCII characters are allowed. So, if you get some error like this, oops, code cannot be executed, okay, copied from somewhere, then you can understand that this is due to something that happened by taking the line from somewhere else. Okay. So, let me show a small demo for that. Okay. I will copy text from, this is a Word document, right. Let me copy this code into the code editor and show you. So, when I try to execute the code, I will get this. Okay. So, I cannot copy from web also, not all the web pages. In some web pages these Unicode characters are available. So, that cannot be handled by the compilers. Okay. So, you will get this error. This is one possible response from the portal when you are trying to process your data or when you are trying to execute your code. And as we have seen, test cases are loaded by the faculties, and two types of test cases will be loaded by the faculties. One is called public test case, other one is called private test case. So, what is meant by public test cases? If the test case does not pass, okay. If the test case does not pass, then the portal will show you this is the input that is being fed for your program, this is the expected output, but your program output is this. It will clearly show that, okay. It will say that this is the input that is being given for your code, this is the expected output, but your program output is this. That will be shown on failure. That is how a response for the public test case failure will be. But for a private test case failure, it will not be like that. Let me show you in the portal. So, let us come here. This problem is subtraction. Okay. So, I am reading the first value and then let me read the second value also, and I am going to now do a addition. Actually, I have to do a subtraction. I am going to do a addition and I am going to print it, right. Okay. So, when I try to execute the code, the public test case will get failed, right. So, it is displaying, this is the input is 10 and 4, expected output is 6, your program output is 14. So, from this you can understand what is the mistake, okay. And in some cases when you want to check about spacing and all, just choose like this and see, okay. If there is a space at the end, then you will find the difference. So, try to highlight the expected output and your program output to find out whether there is any extra space and all. This is additional information I am giving now. But you can find that there is a mismatch, and you can understand, you can try to figure out your mistake by using this output, and you can try to correct it. Now what I am going to do is, instead of, I do not know how to correct this mistake, so I have seen the expected output as 6. What I will do is, I will go and change here, instead of printing C, let me print 6 and see what happens. Okay, when I do this, actually this test case will get passed. Okay, this test case will get passed, but the next test case, I have given 2 public test case for this problem. So you see that the first test case is passed, but the second test case does not pass, and you get a problem with this. Okay, but in cases when I am having only one public test case, I can break the public test case by using this particular thing. What I am going to do now is, I am going to just print something. Okay, let me just give print and try to execute the code. See, it is saying that the expected output is 8. Input is this one, expected output is this, but your program output is nothing. I am going to give now 8. Okay, actually for this problem I have loaded only one public test case. So when I click this execute code, all the public test cases are passed. Okay, then it will start checking the private test cases. When it is checking the private test cases, that has failed. Okay, now it is displaying private test case failed. So this is the purpose of private test case. Okay, when a private test case fails, nothing will be shown to the student rather than the message that there is a failure. Okay, why? Because there should not be a loophole to pass through all the test cases. That is the purpose of having 2 types of test cases. Another one response that you may get from the system is time limit exceeded, right? So when that will come as, suppose for example I am going to say while, okay, I am writing a infinite loop, right? Let me say like this, while true, this is an infinite loop, that is, this will not stop at all. Okay, when I am going to press execute, you will see this response comes, time limit exceeded. Check if your code follows proper input format, or also you can check for infinite loops, it is saying. So you have to check whether the input format used in this program is correct. Also the for infinite loop, actually this code contains a infinite loop, right? So when the faculty is loading the question itself, they will be saying this is the maximum time limit that that the code submitted by the student can run. Okay, if it exceeds, you can break the execution. Like that, we will get number of seconds required for running the code. If it is exceeded, then this response will come to the student. What is the other type of responses? EOF reached. Okay, EOF reached when reading a line. Now I will show this. Actually, when you look at this input, 2 input is only given for this problem. Input format you can understand, only 2 input is given for the problem. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to read 3 inputs. Okay, I am going to read 3 inputs. So, and now you click the execute button, you will see that EOF when reading a line. EOF means end of file. Okay, end of file reached while reading a line. Okay, so these are all the different types of responses that you can get. I will quickly say again. First one is the when you do a syntactical or a semantic error when you are writing a code, then the compiler or interpreter will identify it and the response will be displayed below the code editor. And the second thing is, suppose by any chance you are copying something from a code editor, sorry, not a code editor, from a rich text editor like a Word document or from internet site, then you may get this response, that non-ASCII character error. You can get this. And there are 2 types of errors, 2 types of test cases, public test case and private test case. When there is a failure of public test case, the student will be given detailed description of the failure, whereas for a private test case we do not do that. And time limit exceeded, when your code is going to go on an infinite loop. If you have done a mistake and your code is going on an infinite loop, then you will get this time limit exceeded. And the last type of response that you may get is, if you are reading excess input, if you have done some misunderstanding in the input format, then you may read excess things In such case we will get this EYF. Okay, thank you.